Alright, let's get into it. Gotta break down the ores that I didn't manage to break down before the server restart last time. As a last minute vault, ended up being a random elixir in Nether. So, I had some hammering fun. Also, I managed to kill less than 100 mobs, so I've got that out of the way for deck unlocks. So I technically have one of the new ones available. Also, I can constantly flood my system with music discs at the moment. And by that, I mean I need to break down some Larimar ores. One of the few things that keeps going in the system, because these are the same item just with a variant tag. So the system goes, hey, you've got Larimar in your system because I'm not breaking down the stone ones, since you get so few and they only show up in the paint room. Yeah, that looks right. It'd be really nice if I had, like, proper compression upgrades in those. But, like, right now, these are fighting me for the values of, vault diamonds that are also used for knowledge stars and re-rolling eggs. So, like technically, if I would have poked in my system there, I can convert to get most mobs to work in the one I built in the wall there. But I do just intend to leave that one just for discs. And like later on, I can build a proper mob farm. Did they put the Enderman suppressor in? Or was that a subset of the ability suppressor thing? Because it'd be nice to know if I can, like, lock Enderman in a box if I make a box spawner for ice spawners. Like, creepers are the only things that can explode and do damage based on being annoyed at something that they identify as the player. So, if I'm not using, if I'm generating creepers and putting them through the disk maker, I don't necessarily need to be making them elsewhere. Alright. Far too much of all this. Lovely. Yeah. I know. I've got access to the building gadget. But that's not building gadget's job. Building gadget is for when I need to put down all of them from, say, a mine room. Standard ore run? Well, random, no modifiers. Okay, one plentiful, because I stuck plentiful on the bird. Okay, so that's all those. Or yeah, that's one of the problems with frog. Is if you're doing this, you need to make sure that you're past the edge of the whatever you're dealing with. Okay, so that's all that. Let's sort otherwise. Less pizza night than almost anything else besides Tubium. No echo. Because I don't have a stone echo over there or anything like that that might be drawing it or whatever. Yes, I know I'm being silly. That's part of the point. There are more efficient ways to do all of this. I've done them before. I've made the put down all the ores machine before. It's not even hard. Little bit annoying, but it's just like, eh. What's the next vector of nonsense? Seems about right. Yep. I'd be like, I should invest in easy villagers, and then it's like, right. I'll wait until somebody who's unlocked it is online, and then I'll send them 4 knowledge stars and some echo. Isn't that cheesing it? Kind of, except for the fact that I will also send them a knowledge potion of mine, and if I'm supplying the materials, like, I'm still technically paying for it, just using a mechanic that exists. Alright. No more forward from here. Alright. Found the ore room. That stays. Spore Blossom. Anyways, this array is all things that drop EXP as you mine them. So I can add coal and things directly to it. this. All right. Right. Let's have some coal. It, okay. Yeah, I know it's a little bit ridiculous to bother mining coal ore when we've got leather. I need some leathers. Like, to be absolutely fair, no, it's got a redstone signal. It's inactive. It doesn't have a redstone signal. So, the fairest way to run this actually is Oh. 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 Oh, cool. So, while there are creepers in the chamber, magnetic suppression and ability suppression. Well, magnetic suppression is on. I have to manually go and disable ability suppression so that if somebody, say, wanders into my base without accidentally turning off smite or whatever, noting that, like, that they can still probably smite Dr. Zombie in there. Oh no. I might need another zombie egg, or to catch a natural zombie. Either way. Not a biggie. Yeah, I could increase my vein miner even for a little bit just by, like, spending a little bit of gold. Like, it's nowhere near enough to get a prismatic tool just from that or whatever, but it's a good start towards it. And, like, to be fair, I also need to take the what you call it, building gadget, fill back in this hole in the wall. Which means I should take the moment. Okay. Can't mine it quickly like that. Okay. It does apply to the pickering if I throw the pickering from in the zone. That's the other half of the check. There we go. Osmium is not something I care about. Alright. We're actually going to place the sucker here. So I can seal this back up. Didn't you just break down all your ores? Why are you mining more out of the wall? Because I got distracted. And because if I'm going to seal that back up, I want proper access to anything that I was about to cover up. At least that's like blamed, obvious, and out there. I need to set up some of the what you call it, auto rock makers. These over here. Igneous extruders, yes. Got 3 of them out of boxes already. And that's without touching any of the new batch. There we go. What else? What else? What else? What else? Oh. Wrong button. Yeah, I should probably stick a stack upgrade in those, but you know. I only have so much Larimar. I only have so much currently uncompressed chromatic iron. record players. I need this for the records. Three, four. 3, 4. 4. That makes 48 of those. And that's why that goes away so quick. That's only 24 of these in the long run. And even then, that's only for the last stage build up there. And it's like, really? Alright. Whoop. Wait. That's the appropriate setup for that. Because honestly, that puts it at what? A stack of discs for each type before it starts voiding them. Seems like a decent amount. Probably more than enough, right? Yeah, I'll need more of those eventually. Technically, I've got a bunch of these that I can go and upgrade at different things because I've put them in like that already. I need to unchip that. How are we doing over here, Lapis? Still under limit? Good. Alright. Copper is copper. Iron is iron. Lapis is lapis. Clay is uncompactable. Stone. Nicholas Nicol. Nicholas. Wait. Dang it. Almost got it. Right. you can't click on them while you've got a water bucket because it attempts to waterlog it and then goes, no, you can't. Don't have nearly as many of those flowers as I might want very long term. Because it could absolutely hit me with like 3 of these or 4 of these in a row. And I'll start getting very sad very quick. But like, I'm producing them at the speed it'll let me. I need the uncompacting recipe. This mod pack is absolutely unplayable. Like, what am I even supposed to do here? In this system, you get you guys too. And you. Fucking chopping. And like, to be absolutely fair, I can just kind of go, oh, I'm running out of cobblestone. Well, I guess I don't have enough cobblestone to do things. I most definitely don't have enough cobblestone. For this rock. See? Completely unplayable. Fucking shocking. Alright. Like, I could leave it up to fate, but I don't don't particularly feel like doing that. I mean, I can always do this. Especially because my compass is currently set to ore rooms. I need to restock on food anyways. I need to reload from the last scab I ran. Hi, boys. The pork and choppings have come and gotten me. Alright. I don't think there was a secret. Juggling tanks. Fart cloud. Alright. Yeah, paper might actually take a while. But I need the food anyways. This is even one of the themes that's better for tanks, and I have zero. There we go. Going towards tank pile. What's in the sales? A little bit expensive for what it is. What's done? Yeah, looks like that's actually it for Guildwood. Okay. One of the few water sources you're going to have in this. Fun to know that the vault piglins are, in fact, welcome you. Any other chests? And then I will head right from this room. Stop that, rude child. No coin pile room there. That's empty. That's empty. Competing communication preferences. Always so much fun. You hacking texting me? Okay. Teen has a hangout thing that they've managed to schedule this afternoon, apparently, and need me to run them out to it, so I'll probably call it after this vault then. Yeah, one of the things that I would love as a quality of life for collectors like this is if it, even if it didn't like display the total, if it like displayed how much you've got on the boxes with that little side one there, where it shows like green or yellow or whatnot. I know that's potentially really heavy to kind of program, and like I haven't actually put this in like a Discord or anything, so like unless I've got somebody like ACG or something like sitting here that wants to go and tighten it up, technically it's my job to actually go, hey, can we get this? I think it would be a good quality of life thing to add on to it. But, you know, instead I'm just talking into a void, which may include people. Might not. Okay, so nearest ore room is 2 away, not 1 away. Mainly because it would be nice to not have to like switch lines to check on how the purple's doing or things like that. Okay, yeah, it's as simple as pressing whatever keybind you have set, in this case, tab like the rest of them, but like... And you can just kind of go, well, it will happen on its own if it's going to happen. And you can either worry about it, or you can just kind of go, well, why worry? Like, if I knew I had the secret downstairs, I'd be really tempted to press that. Because, okay, it's not guaranteed that one secret would do it, but it would be like 80% of it, which would mean that I wasn't likely to, like, fail it on the, fact that I don't have Hunter. I do sort of miss the old witch spawners that had, like, a bit of assassin, a bit of tank, a bit of board, like... Page is done. Which means potentially 1 or 2 ore rooms gets me a full bingo easy. So that's these ones down here. That one didn't even spawn. Alright. Let's frog my way this way. Oh! You need the soul speed. No, you just need to avoid walking into the blue things, because the blue things are the only thing that slow me down. Anyways, I'm actually killing things this fun, so... Sure, I don't need to kill the assassins, but, like... There's nothing, causing me problems if I do. This is why I tend to do the dig straight up one. Ooh, echo and a copede. Cool. Ooh, wooden chests. Maybe. Because with the upward, I can do things like this. Whereas with the downwards, I have to do those weird diagonals that leave, like, lines like that. Or I have to be very careful that I'm standing on one of the edges in a way that I'm not going to fall and cause the mining differential to kick in. Because the difference between, oh, you need 52 mining speed and you need 400 something mining speed. Okay, no, I'm not done with Gilded. I got one of the necklaces left. Like, I'm still clearing rooms, but I can get out whenever completion happens. And, like, if I can get the other spider webbing spool, that'd be nice. Like, that one, if I got aimed just straight down properly, is one of the best ways to not have, like, incidental mining things. Though I did fairly well here. Okay, not reckless like you. Alright. That one didn't spawn. Alright. We continue to follow the compass, which means we head this way. which means we're going to do one of these. Mobs. Swear. Like, I'll get back to you in my time. Oh, why don't you just add the chest to it? Because, with those being, like, slice chests, like, I'm not going to get the loot from them, and, like, if I was only going for completions, I'd get much faster 2x completions just by, oh, turns out I have needed assassins. This doesn't do it. Oh, didn't manage to get to any of those. Oh. Oh, even worse. I wasn't on my sword. So my sword didn't level up. Dang it. Quality of life thing. Can I get the living just applies in the hotbar? Instead of only main hand, like. Alright. Let me get diluted. Not even necessarily a good speed one there. Nothing especially notable. Okay. These are in system. Sadly, yeah, that is the best one. Okay. Put those back in the main part. These go in here along with these. Jewel pouches. Three-egg reach. Dura. Want. One cosmic dust. 3 French hens, 2 turtle doves, and whatever these. Yeah, at least I'm not going to have any problems with concrete powder as long as I leave concrete powder on my list of getters as opposed to voiders. Well, I mean, this is a way to begin and end a day, apparently. But I only left a couple of slots. Like, I was killing a decent amount of assassins. I just was not getting as many essences dropped as I might have liked. And then getting no cracked pearls from any of the coin piles. Like, I got at least one wand, but like a 2 wand requirement, like, it wasn't likely. Alright. I'm not going to worry about the iron and copper, which I could be mining. One, wrong tool. Two, you didn't turn off the suppressor. Magnet's off, suppressor's not. Okay, yeah, that was me being silly. Just go through one side of the whole thing. Can't cause any problems, right? Would say I have no more Laramar problems, but my ambitions for projects tell me otherwise. Especially noting, like, technically, if the compression upgrades get the, okay, that, I got a 6 out of my 1 Echo ore that I managed to copy, so it effectively rolled a 3 and a 3. Which, like, okay. I don't know whether or not it was a 2 and a 4 or what, but, like... Currently have less oranges than I might want. Jaws of poison. Alright. Technically, I could put that on network. Alright. Book. Book says I got a soul charm. Or, not soul charm, soul mirror. one of the few cases where it's still a random tier for anything you can roll. Ugh. Like, I don't know, baby. You know I'm devoted to you, but, like, some of your bonuses are... Alright. I can make cobblestone. I can make basalt. I can make smooth stone. I can make black stone. I can make cobbled deep slate. And I can make standard deep slate. So technically I only have half as many extruders as I might want. But for now, I think I've got enough stone. So it's 1, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is the total number of extruders you can have in place. Is 6. So if I put a router here, and then it was things that can go below. Magma. Blue ice, which I don't think I've finished assigning blue ice or anything like that. So it's going to be over here. I also need blue ice, packed ice potentially. Soil. Okay, so 2 magma. Blue and lava. Blue and soil. Okay, so 2 packs, 2 blue. 2 magma. 1 soil. And a partridge in a pear tree. Yeah, like most of the expense on this is the black chromatic, which actually makes this kind of trivial. Yeah. I could make the other 3. What? Constantine blend is copper and nickel. Nickel. And that means I need 6 speech. So I need 3 gears, and each gear costs 4. And each of these yields 2 per cycle. Something. Clearly, I need to just hang the lock on the shelf. I mean, I technically have the option of sticking it there when I'm not using it, because I'm not using any of the boosters. Then I just stick the gear stuff in. Boop. 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 Alright. So, it is... Oh, this is... obviously. My chat's been disconnecting and reconnecting. Wonder what's causing that. We had soul soil below. What else was it? Magma, soul soil. Then the rest of this can be glass. And then we had soul soil required blue ice. Then we had packed ice. Then we had blue ice. Then we had water, which I can do by... No, I can't do by water log. So actually, let's go with... Move this all down by one. Wrong one. God dang it. Get your butt back out here. Get the magnet back out. Let's grab the packed ice back out. And that leaves me just clear enough that I'm not bumping into that. I need more. Less, apparently. Switching gear. Those go back in. That goes in. Still need more of these. And this is... I need... 12 of these. That's enough for those. Really? Fine. We'll take one apart. There we go. There we go. I don't need 2 hours right now. Why am I making double badges? into router. And I just need to tell it. Yep, there we go. Now, fortunately, this needs to be a full source. So. Well, why don't you just, like, have the router put into, like, an interface? Because then it can flood more than just the, greater drawers. The point is to make a system that can't accidentally end up in the computer. Okay, true, that just means I should go and go, like, okay, I know some of these are already upgraded, so I don't actually have to do it to all of them, but I know that potentially some of them aren't. So, like, deep slate. Actually, smoothed out proper deep slate is already covered. So I don't have to worry about that. But that still leaves me with the rest. Of course, I need to program them so that if they're in a compressible type, it only voids the uncompressed state. Chromatic iron block, I've worked with you recently. Where are you? There you go. So it was stone, cobblestone, deep slate, cobble deep slate, basalt, black stone, and those are leftovers from things that already had at least this. Alright. Away you go. F. Avoid only overflowing stone. Technically, I need to hit those with a couple more upgrades. They should get to gold and diamond, potentially. Since they're compression ones. Avoid when overflowing. And like these don't have any secondary block types, so they're already set on setting. All right. Okay. Okay. Let's go be lazy about this. that allows me to go to the very, very expensive option of double 4x's. Double 4x's. Like, this is already an overachiever. Alright. There we go. That's that nonsense all sorted. And like, yeah, I could make it faster, but what, I need 2 range ups. Which means I should go over here and break this down for once. Okay. There'll be suppressors online, so. But it's 27. I'm not going to be too fussed that it's going to be 27 hits instead of 4. Up. Actually, before I do that, salt, blackstone, deep slate, cobble deep slate, stone, cobblestone. Yep, all of it's here. And it makes it fairly quickly, so. Can't really complain. Who leaves the gaping hole here? Anyways, that's sorted. Technically, I should, like, exchange gadget that edge of the wall into glass as well. But that also involves me putting silk touch on it. Yeah, I should probably pull 6 points from there and get Hunter and Hunter's Instinct, but like, eh. I don't particularly feel like making the cooldown brew at this exact moment. I have finished unloading things. I've got a rock pretty much ready. I need to make some long-term storage for lava buckets. Like I could automate some smooth stone. Won't be hard. Redstone furnace pulling the cobblestone. And then sending the smooth stone on, and then like I need to make some smooth stone anyways, apparently. So but I don't think I want to necessarily get that automated today. We'll run 15 stacks. Copper. Dripstone. Where did I put pointy dripstone? Pointy dripstone. There we go. Ornate chains are overflowing. Okay. One more expensive stack. You see, that's why I always make steel in packs of like 64. Alright. Friend who calls me about once a week to check in and, like, say hi. Although it's been about 2 weeks, so, like, I was going to pick up and say hi. But I'm basically done. So, Crystal's all queued up. In theory, I should look at what the next one's going to be, but I'm already in the same tier. It's at worst, it's going to be like, it's demanding nether stars. Nope. And even then, like, demanding nether stars just means I have to manually make a couple. And then kill them. Like, it took me, like, no effort to kill, like, the 2 of them when I spawned them down in the tunnel the other day. Weird. Right. I should. The team really wants us to go now. Music discs. Move them from the index. At least for those. $16, $13. Something. Bow Trigger, wow, they're making beautiful music. Or, wait. I did that in the wrong order. Alright. And that should be all those. Like, yeah, it's not full, but like, I can do that another day. But instead, we should just wrap. No way. Yeah, I think because of the fact that he doesn't give you, we don't have the option of I love how like it just still displays this automatically because that's the default. There we go. Catch y'all next time. Bye.